Mike Hughes here with Dive News Network, and I'm all the way over here at Belize. And Ann, you're going to tell me about Belize, or Belize it or not.
Yes.
let's hear something about this dive destination.
Okay, first of all, I'm Anne-Marie McNeil, and I'm here to tell you about Belize and the diving in Belize. And one of the things I like to tell people to do is come on down and dive into Belize. Belize has the second largest barrier reef in the world, the largest in the hemisphere, and 3 of the 4 atolls in the Caribbean are just off the coast of our barrier reef here in Belize. Now the diving is spectacular actually all along the barrier reef. You start in the north with Ambergris Key, which is a resort town, and the barrier reef is very close to shore right there, so your boat rides are really short. Then we move on down to Key Corker, which is another place for people to stay, and is also a barrier reef island, and you can dive off of there with very short boat rides as well. But other locations to go in Belize for diving and land-based operations start with places like Hopkins, Placencia, Punta Gorda as well, but we do have a lot of key resorts, and some of them are Southwater Key, Tobacco Key. Then you start having key resorts at the atolls. So let me tell you a little bit about the atolls. There are 3 atolls in Belize. The largest and closest to land is called Turnip Islands. And there are 3 resorts that are 3 dive resorts, excellent diving all around the atoll. Then we have Glover's Reef, which is further to the south, and is the second largest atoll. Excellent diving there, and there are at least 3 or 4 resorts on that atoll where you can dive from. Then the furthest of the atolls is called Lighthouse Reef.
Yes.
And that is where the famous blue hole is, right in the center of the atoll. But you don't just want to go to Lighthouse Reef to dive the blue hole.
No, because there's boobies there we have to hear about too.
That's right. And the diving on the other parts of the reef, on the fringe reef, in the wall area, on the outside of the fringe reef of the atoll is spectacular.
I meant blue-footed boobies, by the way, in case they were...
No, we have red-footed booby birds.
As long as they know that they have feet and not the others.
That's exactly right. But
it's
on
a
Half Moon Key, yes, is a bird sanctuary, and the red-footed booby birds share that bird sanctuary with the frigate birds. And they're not necessarily neighbors that get along really well, so they most times will give you an interesting show.
Okay, cool. And that's so you can you see that show between dives when you're taking a lunch
surface interval at lunchtime.
Yeah,
that's
between
right,
dives.
when you visit Lighthouse.
And then probably the biggest attraction in the whole. I mean, sure, second greatest barrier reef in the world is okay, but the blue hole itself is quite an attraction. At over almost 400 feet deep,
Absolutely.
has some caverns off to the side.
One of the interesting things about the blue hole is not so much the marine life, but it's a geological formation, because you have these massive stalactites dropping from the edge of the ceiling inside the hole, and that you don't start seeing them until about 100 feet.
Right.
So it's really quite spectacular, and if you look at them, they're tilted slightly, so you can actually understand that the Earth's crust has moved since they were formed.
Right around Belize anyway.
That's right. But as you know, stalactites only form in the air. So those stalactites were formed during a period when the sea level was much lower than what it is right now.
Right, and it was like several different periods, from 70,000 years to 12,000 years.
Absolutely.
I think 4 different times it was done that way. So you have the stalactites, stalagmites, over 20 feet long. And they only grow an inch a year, so it took a long time to get these formations.
Absolutely.
So, which makes them really cool to see, because you don't see them anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
Okay, and then right outside that, you've got all the little corals and nudibranchs and sponges growing right off the reef. And so even if you don't dive the blue hole, it's still a great place to go snorkeling, and that's why...
Terrific. And also the surrounding reef area of the fringe reef of that Lighthouse Reef atoll.
Okay, well, we've kind of whet their appetite, literally. So if they want more information about Belize, where's the best place to go?
There are two places, the Belize Tourist Board and also the Belize Hotel Association.
Okay, and that would be the BelizeHotels.org.
That's correct.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for your time.
You're so welcome.